Hey there, we're back. This is going to be a TI tutorial for statistics. This is going to be working with Chapter 4 in our textbook, which, for those of you that aren't using our book, is linear regression, scattergrams, correlation, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to be working with my notes again. These are my typed notes. These are available on my website, which is personal.jccmi.edu/TuckyAlanaJ. You just click on Chapter 4 notes and download them and work with them at will. Alright, so here we are. It's asking us, it has this list of the percent of students in a school that need free reduced lunch. So for example, one school has got 29% free reduced lunch and then 66% passing rate on a standardized test. So they ask us, what type of sample, blah, 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 and then they want us to create a scatter diagram of the data, or scattergram, ScatterPlot, it's all the same thing. Alright, so the first thing you're going to have to do, and you're going to learn this in class as well, that when you see a table of data like this, your first instinct in general should be to type that data in. Now, where do you type it in? Well, we learned that in the previous tutorial, but if you didn't watch it, let's do it again. The name of the course is statistics, right? So I'm betting that the stat button probably is the place to go, statistics. So let's press the statistics button. You can see that the number 1 is dark, so you can either press number 1 or just press enter, either way. And remember, you want to go up and press clear, enter, right? So I made the L1 dark and I cleared it out. Now I'm going to type these numbers: 29, enter, 29, enter, 23, enter, 60, enter, and so on. I'm going to pause and I'll be right back with the data. Real quick, I've just entered the column of data. I know it's like magic, so it seems like you didn't see anything, but you can see, I was typing the data. Now if I want to get over to this column to enter the next column of data, you've got to press the right arrow. Swing, and there, you're over on the right hand side. And then you'll type 66, enter, 59, enter, and so on. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to type in this data. Poof, like magic, it's all in there. Alright, you can see that these numbers line up. See 1562? That's what we should have, right? And you can also count in the table. You've got 13 rows, and you can see here I'm on the blank space, which is the 14th entry. Good, that's what we want. We want the blank one to be 14, which means you've got 13 above. Now I want to draw a scattergram. Now if you remember from Chapter 3, stat plot, right? Statistics plot. We're in a statistics course, so that's probably going to be useful. Let's hit second, y equals. You can see what I'm pressing right down there. Okay, and then now you can see number 1 is the one we mucked around with for Chapter 3. So let's go in there and pick number 1 or hit enter, either way. Press enter. And it's on, that's good, but I want it to be this guy. See that scatter plot thing? So I'm going to go down and press enter. And then it'll turn it dark. So now it's going to do a scatter plot. And it's going to have L1, which was this column, right? Over here, the free reduced lunch, that's going to be the x-axis. And then L2, which is this passing reading, is going to be the y-axis. That's good. That's what we want. So if I just press graph, crap. I can't see anything. Man. Well, it's because your window's all messed up. Your window's set for that box plot we did in Chapter 3. So hit zoom. Number 9, which was ZoomStat, and swing, there, it makes a beautiful scatter plot. Isn't that a thing of beauty? And you could go to the window, you could say, okay, look, let's round these numbers. Let's make it 10, enter, to 70, enter, 10, enter, that's fine. And let's go 40 to 75 and up by tens. And I'm doing that not for any good reason in window, other than when I see this now, I know this guy went from 40 to 70, so, or excuse me, 10 to 70. So I can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It makes it so that if I've got to draw this on a piece of paper like I do here, it makes it easier for me to figure out where the lines are and stuff. Alright. Oops, sorry, I pressed something while I was gone. One other thing to keep in mind is that if you want to see the grid lines, you can go to second, format, see that grid on, you can go down, down, over to the right, press enter, and then when you graph, you can see more of the grid lines, right, more of the dots. It makes it easier for you to see, oh, this box would be like this box, and so on. Alright, that's the end of drawing a scattergram. I'll see you here for correlation coefficient next.